All right, this is Tony with Southern Style again. This is going to be my reaction straight up to what these cabinets look like. I just walked in. You saw me turn the light on. We're going to go around and turn the light on, see what we think about them. Just look at them cabinets. Edge is going to need a little bit of touch up, need a little bit of paint on the edges, looks like some of them. I mean, look at that. How smooth that looks. That is unreal. How good them look. There's your drawers. They look good, don't they? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Edge is a little rough. Kind of figured they would be. I don't know. I may brush those. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but faces are just right there. I had a little bubble. I don't know if you can see it. A little bit of water dripped off that little water spot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be happy with them for the most part. Most of the edges look really good. Got one or two here and there. And I may take it and go back with it. Get a sponge roller and get that, you know. I don't know yet. Let's look up here. Oh my goodness, how good that looks. Look at that. Can you see it? I don't know if you can or not, but them things look amazing. There's some good looking cabinets, if I do say so myself. My hardware came in today, so not tomorrow. It's my daughter's birthday weekend, so tomorrow I plan to take her to some kind of show. I don't know. My wife will got the tickets, but anyways, like I said, she got the tickets. We're gonna go to the show, but I plan to come in Saturday, and that's what I was gonna do today. I thought, well, I'll come in here today. It's a little late, get a late start, but I thought I'd come in today and maybe if I need to do a little sand on them or anything and do some touch ups, I would knock that out tonight. But honestly, I don't see anything that's just sticking out, making me want to mess with them. But I may put a coat on them. I got it. You know, you can make it look good. You know, like I said, you can make it look good. It's unreal. I would have never. When I started this, my wife was dead set that these weren't gonna look this good. I mean, she was like, she told me, she's like, we don't do cabinets. It's not us. We just don't. And it is. We used to skip steps. You know, when I'm renovating houses and stuff, I've done it several times and went in and been like, I'm just, you know, I'm gonna skip a step or two just so that I could get it done. And then I end up, you know, coming back going, man, I wish I'd have, you know, spent a little more time on them. But I didn't skip any steps on this. You know, and I don't want to kick myself in the hind end by not doing another coat on them. But I mean, this looks, oh, they look so good. Like I said, I am going to I think I'm going to go ahead and put one more coat on. So, but I've got to unload the truck. All my stuff came in today. All my light fixtures, you know, y'all seeing all these junky temporary lights I got in here. Well, this weekend, I'm going to assemble these cabinets, and I'm going to go through and put light fixtures in. All except for them ugly ceiling fans. They haven't came in yet, but I'm going to go through, put all my light fixtures in. I've got to fish this ceiling and put more than one light fixture in it because, well, I may not do that one until after I get my island in because I'm wanting to try to center it up, you know. But I might just go ahead and say, yeah, island has to fit here. It just depends on how I feel. But I've got two that's going here, one that's going there. I've got one that's going there, and then I think I got a hanging one. Yeah, I got one that's going in here. It's gonna be hanging, and I've got ones for the basements, but I'm just gonna leave them in the boxes in the basement. I haven't painted yet. The old basement, I can do it over here on the other side. This house has two basements. I don't know. Blow your mind. It's such a big place. But yeah, I'm digging these cabinets. I mean, I really am. I'm stoked that they've come out as good as they have. Yeah. I mean, look at that. I mean, you couldn't ask for much more. I mean, you can always ask for better. Don't get me wrong, but for me, uh, whew, I don't think it can for me. You know, I'm tickled with it though. I think that if you own this, or anybody, whoever's out there, if you had these cabinets in your house, you'd be stoked with them. I would be, especially in this house. This is a really, part of it's a really old home. Part of it's fairly new, but when I say fairly new, I mean late 90s is when it was renovated. But with the renovations and everything that we're doing to it, it's, you know, we're bringing it out of the 90s. Really, what we're doing to it should have been the way they did it in the 90s. But I know how it is. You know, in the 90s, people just didn't have the money. Even if you had a good job, the guy that lived here, I think he worked at a big factory, like in Louisville. We're Central Kentucky. I think he worked in Louisville at a factory like that. You know, back in the 90s, they was like paying good money compared to where people work around here now. And back then, it was just one of those things where if you made that kind of money, you could take and do a little more than other people. I never really knew him. I didn't live in this town in the 90s. I say I didn't. I lived here and I moved to this town in 98. But I'm not from here originally. So I didn't know this family. I know some of his kids. I've met them throughout the years, talked to them. I know his widow. I do know her. But like I said, the guy that, you know, done all the renovations, I'm sure it was tight. He had a bunch of kids. But back in the day, back in the 90s, people, even if they had decent jobs, they just didn't have the extra income or the extra, you know, the bank just didn't let you do stuff. You had to have cash in your pocket to do things. Nowadays, people just do things. I don't know how they do it. I wish I did. People just have money that they didn't have back then. Not saying I do. I'm just saying, you know, I went to buy this house and the bank's like, yeah, sure, whatever, you can buy a rental house. And it's not that I don't already have some more, and that's probably one of the reasons why, obviously. But, you know, I'm doing this, and it was no big deal to them. It was like, yeah. And then I started renovating it, and yes, it's taken all our savings to do this, to get it like this. And you know, like I said, your nest egg. You know, my wife's like, hope the truck don't break down kind of deal. But we're taking everything we got to try to get this house, and hopefully, you know, we're the hopes that when we sell it, that we get that back, and then we get the money that we've earned by the sweat equity. You know, people don't think about that sweat equity when they're doing stuff to their house, but it really does help you. But I guess I got off on something else. I was just going to show you the cabinets, but like I said, they look good. They're Saturday. I'll probably make a video of me putting some of the doors on. I'll put most of them on, then I'll just kind of show you how to put a door on, do a shorter film of the cabinets, being, you know, just the look of them. Now, I don't have the hardware like the door handles. I'm going to order those. I didn't really know what I wanted. Now that they're looking like they do, I got an idea of what I wanted. As far as the hinges go, on this style of cabinet, they're not hidden hinges. So with this style of cabinet, they're going to have a black hinge. It's already, if you look at it real close right here, you can't hardly see it on the video, I don't think, but there's little spots where the old hinges was, and these hinges will go right back into those places, and they'll screw right to the face, and then the door will work, and it'll be fine. They're black, so that's going to really make them with this white, it'll contrast with the white. I talked to Lisa last night after I got it painted, and I really liked the way it looked so much. You know, we talked about it, and I said, well, why don't we do black countertops? Because we was originally going to do the white ones with a little gray paint in it. And she was like, whatever I want to do. She said, whatever you want to do is fine. So I think I'm going to go with the black that they have at the Lowe's store. I'll put that on here. I think it's really going to make them look pretty. But, you know, I mean, so far, so good, you know. You can take and try your hardest, and sometimes it'll get you, and sometimes you'll get it, but they are spectacular. I mean, that's a good word for you, spectacular. That's better than banging, but banging's a good word, you know. They look good. They are just, they're so smooth. I think there's a water droplet right there. So like I said, I've got a few spots I'm gonna sand. I'm gonna go around my little sanding pad, just, you know, kind of rub on them a little bit, see any imperfections I don't like. And after I get done with that, I'm gonna mix me about a half gallon of paint. I'm gonna come in here and lay another coat of paint on. Hopefully I can get it on the edges a little bit more. That's hard when you get up in here. You know, my hands just don't reach that far. You know, I'm not real skinny and tall. I'm not short, but 6 foot tall. But you know, I got some size to me, so I can't just lay up over top of them and do what a little skinny dude probably could. I wish my son was here. He's 6'3". He'd just reach up in there and spray them. Wouldn't be no big deal. It looks like an ape. Got great big arms, man. But you know, like I said, so far, am I impressed? Absolutely, absolutely impressed with them. It's just, oh man, and this paint is oil based, right? And like I said, when you do oil based paint, you have to be. It's a little different. It's not like a latex. You just can't be like, I'm going to put it wherever I want to, because you can't paint over it. If you put it wherever you want to, you just can't paint over it. So with latex, now I did these windows with latex, same gun, same spray gun, and latex. This is satin latex, and if you look at it real close, it actually is a little bit flatter looking. I like it. I really do like it. It's a little flatter than the oil base. The oil base has just a little more shine to it. You know, it has a little bit more shine, but this still looks satin. You know, so I mean, I like that. I like that it's going to be more durable. I like that it's got a little bit more shine than the trim. But all in all, and that could be the trim is done with Sherwin-Williams, and this is done with Valspar. You know, I mean, could I have went to the Sherwin-Williams store and got this paint? Yeah, I could have got oil-based paint and satin like this and done it. It'd have been like $75 a gallon probably, because their paint's not cheap. Even that paint I got over there is that I use for the trim, that's latex. I got it at Lowe's, and it was probably, I'm not going to speculate, but I'd say it was way more than this. But this is cheap. This is budgeted. This is on the budget. I mean, you cannot ask for the budget that I've decided to go with on painting these cabinets. You cannot ask for a better looking paint. It laid down real good. It's hard. I mean hard. That'll just get harder. And with it being on these hardwood cabinets, it won't dent or nothing. It'll wear. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be so durable and cleanable. You're gonna be able to take these cabinets, just wipe them down. You know. I tell you what's really neat about oil-based paint. It's like on a car. With this paint, you could actually take it and buff it and make it shiny if you wanted to. So I'm not going to do that, but you could. I'm trying to make it flat so that you don't really see the wood grain that much. The wood grain's still there. The wood grain's still there, but comparing to the back, the wood grain looks good. Looks awesome. The back you can see, you know, back over here you can see that wood grain real distinct. But on this side, it's just real light. You know, you can see some of the grain in there. You can see some of it, but it's not, you know, you can see it right there. But that's nothing. That's almost flat. And if I wanted to take like a palm sander to it, if I took a palm sander to this and went over it, I could flatten that paint the rest of the way out, because that's the neat thing about primers and oil base. When you start sanding it, I could actually take this. I've got enough build of paint on there right now that I could go back through and I could sand these things if I wanted to. I would have to use like an orbital palm sander. I could do it with a block, but it'd take forever. I could sand them out the rest of the way, and I could make them exactly 100%. But like I said last night, I'm looking for 80% on them. And when I get them back together, I get the hardware on them, they're going to look 100%. I mean, you will never believe what they look like to begin with. You'll think that I ordered these from somebody white. I mean, they look good. So, you know, like I said, you can do what you want to do with yours. I'm going to do what I want to do with mine. At the end of the day, the only person that I've got to make happy is me and you. So, get after it, do your own thing. I think that for me, this is perfect. I'm loving it, you know, like McDonald's. I'm loving it, you know. So that's my first reaction to them. I've seen them. I'm tickled with them. And I just wanted you to know that, you know. You can do yours the way you want to do them. But I appreciate you for watching. Like and subscribe. Share my videos. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.